GIS software and apps. The main software we're going to focus on in the course is ArcGIS Pro Desktop. And that's the desktop software where you're going to be building your maps, doing your visualizations, and your advanced analysis. You will, however, find that you may want to share that information with somebody. And in order to do that, you need to publish it to the cloud. And Esri's software for doing that is called ArcGIS Online. So we'll learn in later chapters ways to automatically publish what you do in ArcGIS Pro into ArcGIS Online. Or you could just use ArcGIS Online directly. So you don't need to publish it through Pro necessarily. You can take map layers and automatically upload those to ArcGIS Online. And you'll see that Esri offers two versions of ArcGIS Online. The version that you can use with your organizational account, or you can get free accounts for ArcGIS Online. From there, you may want to tell a story about your map. And Esri's come up with a technique to do that called story maps. And we'll learn about this again in a later chapter, but story maps allow you to put text or videos or other kinds of information, charts, associated with each one of your maps. These maps could either be interactive or they could be static. And so you'll see that creating story maps is a very powerful way to share the information about your project. You'll also see apps. So I talked earlier about operations management. In order to do operations management, you typically use something called a dashboard. Or if you need to collect that data, you do it through something called Collector. So Collector and Dashboard are two very common apps that you would use to learn about operations management or to use this in a day-to-day operation. So while we're primarily going to focus on the desktop, ArcGIS Online, and story maps, we do have two chapters in the book that focus on operations management and how to use dashboards and Collector. Now that you have a little bit of a flavor of what is GIS, what are features and layers, what are some of the analytic tools and software and apps used in GIS, let's take a quick look at the course map and what you'll learn in the course. So we've divided the course up into really 4 sections. The first section is using and making maps. So the first 3 lectures and chapters are going to talk about navigating maps, map design, how maps are interactive, and story maps and a map layout, which is exporting your map. After we do that, we need to learn how to work with geospatial data. So part 2 is going to involve the spatial data infrastructure, those file geodatabases that I talked about, how to geoprocess information, how to create your own information by digitizing or geocoding address information. After that, we're going to get into part 3, which is performing spatial analysis. And this is going to get into things that we've talked about with the advanced analytical tools such as proximity analysis, data mining, network analysis, raster analysis with kernel density mapping. We're not going to cover so much 3D and Part 4, Managing Systems with GIS. Those are chapters in the book that you can refer to, but we're going to focus mostly on how to build maps, how to work with geospatial data, and how to perform geospatial analysis.